Hello there, how you doing? I hope you're doing good. I hope the last week's mains answer writing exercise was helpful for you. So this week again on mains Monday, I have come up with a new question. So let's understand this question and let's try to break it out and see how we can write an answer to it. All right. So let's get on to the question. So the question for this mains Monday is: the tabled Citizenship Amendment Act is considered as the violation of the Constitution by some. Analyze. Now here they have asked us to analyze, and what have we should analyze? We have to analyze that the current Citizenship Amendment Bill, which is kind of the discussion is going on in the Parliament. So how or why is it considered as a violation of our constitution by some of the people? So we have to analyze, we have to look at the both positive and the negative side of it, and then we have to give our inputs to it. If we have any solutions or any ideas, we can kind of put it at the end. So as usual, let's break the answer into three main parts. So what are those three main parts? Introduction, body, and conclusion. So what we can write in the introduction, let's see that. So in the introduction, we can define Citizenship Amendment Bill. So what exactly is this Citizenship Amendment Bill going on? Okay, so Citizenship Amendment Bill states that the bill amends the Citizenship Act of 1955, okay, to make illegal migrants who are Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan eligible for Indian citizenship even in case of improper or invalid documents. Please understand. So if the people from these six communities, that is Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, or Christians from these three countries, neighboring countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Afghanistan, okay, which are Muslim majority countries, if these people from these six communities or religions, if they kind of cross borders and enter India, then they can be granted citizenship of India even if they don't have proper or valid documents. Okay, so this is the amendment which they are trying to bring in. Okay, so now we have given an introduction. So let's get into the body. So in the body, what shall we do is we'll try to focus on the four important factors here. The first factor, we shall try to explain about citizenship in India in general, as in what law speaks about citizenship in India and what course one has to take to get citizenship in India. Okay, and then we'll try to understand this amendment bill versus the constitution, whether it is against the constitution or with the constitution. And then we'll also see this amendment bill versus the non-constitutional factors. I mean, if this amendment bill is against any agreement or any UN related conventions, we'll see that. And at last, we'll also see why the government is still endorsing it, why is it supporting it. So we saw some of the criticism in the upper 2 points here, but in this point we'll see the not the criticism but rather the support. So we are giving both the contrasts here, the gray, the black area as well as the white area, the pro as well as the kind of con here, to and fro kind of thing. All right, so let's get on to with the first factor here about citizenship in India. So what does the Citizenship in India says? It says that under Citizenship Act of 1955, one of the requirements for a citizenship by naturalization is that the applicant must have resided in India for 12 of the 15 years from the date of application. Suppose if I file an application today to become citizen of India through the process of naturalization, then in the next 15 years, I should reside in India at least for minimum 12 years. So if this is 2019, so the next 15 years is like what, 2034, right? If I'm not wrong. So till 2034, during this duration, at least I have to reside in India for 12 years. Only then, you can kind of become a citizen of India. And it also states that the Citizenship Act, as per the Citizenship Act of 1955, illegal migrants are prohibited. So, you just cannot walk in through the borders into this country and just stay here. No, that's illegal and they are not allowed here. Okay, so if you want the citizenship of India, then you have to go through the above process. But however, as per the amendment, the people from these 6 communities, from these 3 nations, they don't have to go through that rigorous process. Even if they don't have proper document, they still can become the citizens of India. So please understand that. Okay, now how is it considered? Let's understand. As in, how is it considered as against the constitution? So let's understand. So they say, some of the people, they say that it is violative of Article 14 of the Constitution, which says right to equality. Why it is against the right to equality? Because in all those communities mentioned, Muslims were left out. Islam religion was left out. So hence it is like against the Article 14 of our Constitution. Okay. Then can we see if it also goes against any other factors? Yes, it does. It is also against the Assam Accord. Now, what is Assam Accord? Assam Accord was signed, between a students' organization in Assam with the government of India, stating that whoever came after 1971 into Assam should be considered as illegal. Okay, they should not be given the citizenship, just like because of their mere presence in the region. Okay, because in 1971 Bangladesh separation, it happened and a new country was born, and many Bangladeshis actually they migrated into India, and most of them they migrated into Assam. So the Assamese culture and their way of living, everything was kind of violated. So they said that we don't want external population entering the very regions of Assam. Okay, so they said that anybody who enters Bangladesh post 1971 should not be considered for citizenship. So that is the Assam Accord. So as per the this thing here, this amendment bill, it states that those people, the people belonging to those 6 religions, they are welcome to become citizens of India, and that violates Assam Accord, because Assam Accord doesn't allow anybody, kind of a thing. Okay, and it is also against, this very bill is also against the 1951 UN Refugee Convention. Though India has not signed it, so we don't have to follow it. Though we have not signed it, but still it is against the convention. What does the convention says? Convention says that you have to give refuge to the people on the humanitarian basis and not on the religional basis. Okay, so this is why it is against the 1951 UN Refugee Convention. Okay, so these are some of the points here, some of the so-called criticism. Now, why government is still kind of backing it up, why it is supporting? See, we all know that partition happened on the religional lines, right? Pakistan got separated, and then from Pakistan, Bangladesh got separated. And Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan, they are Muslim majority nations. And there are reports that the non-Muslim population in these 3 nations are persecuted. Okay, so to to come to an aid to those people who are kind of getting under the pressure of the majoritarianism in these 3 countries, India said that we should open the gates for non-Muslim people of those 3 countries. So this is why government is trying to support it. Okay, so we now saw the white part of the whole issue. Now, till now we saw the black part, now we saw the white part. Now, in the conclusion, what we can do is we can probably offer a solution here, and offer our perspective here. Okay, now what I would suggest you to do here in these kind of cases wherein you are offered to analyze, you always have to play a good diplomat, a good bureaucrat. Okay, you always have to uphold your constitution. And what our constitution says, what is the soul of our constitution, what does the preamble says? Preamble upholds the very diversity. So please understand, right? Very liberty Okay, so what you want to do, what you should do, what I would kind of suggest you to do is, in your sentences, write your sentences which shows that you're upholding the diversity and multiculturalism in India, right? We are 5,000-year-old nation, and we have been home for so many religions and so many cultures, right? So we accommodate almost anybody. So let's uphold that in our answer, and and let's emphasize on democracy. So Afghanistan is just a recently very very quite young democracy, right? Till then, there was kind of a dictatorship there in Afghanistan, right? And Pakistan, from past 70 years, though they themselves called democratic country, but there were only 3 or 4 elected prime ministers. Apart from that, there was all dictatorship by military generals, right, in Pakistan. So we have to feel kind of a proud to, for being a successful democracy in South Asia, wherein many have failed. Yes, many have failed, right? So emphasize, this very aspect of Indian democracy in your answer, in the conclusion. And at last, emphasize on Article 14, which speaks about right to equality, and Article 15, which speaks about equality in front of law, that is rule of law. Okay, so if you kind of write this very conclusion, then you give a very balanced answer at the end. So with this, you can conclude your answer. Okay, so I hope this very explanation was useful to you, and we were able to kind of come to a good structure here. So in case you have any questions, kindly leave a comment here in the comment section. And I would also want you guys to come up with your own answer for this particular question. I want to see how you guys write. So kindly, write it on a piece of paper, take a photo and kind of paste it in a comment section, or just type it, copy paste it in the comment section. And the best answer which I feel we'll discuss it in the next week. Okay? So till then, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and we'll get back next week with the next question, some other different question. And if you have any suggestions to give me your suggestions, so that I can we can kind of discuss it in the next week. Okay? Till then, take care. Bye bye. All the best.